Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a todos. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I'm the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password. Today is Sunday, August 14, 2022, and we are continuing with our annual theme, Living Everyday Wonder. This topic for this month of August is nature, and the topic for this week is the water of life. Each week, we open with a spiritual practice called Affirmative Prayer, also known as spiritual mind treatment. And this is a powerful tool and a practical tool that shifts our consciousness so that we are open and available to accept the good that is already present in our life. It aligns our thoughts with all good. So let's move into today's service with intention, as we do each week, with a reading from the Creative Thought magazine. And today I'll be reading from August 13, 2014. Just a reminder that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So I invite you to close your eyes and take these words as your own, if you so choose. Infinite wisdom reigns supremely in the universe as the creative process works intelligently, continually, and successfully, everywhere and at all times, establishing infinite potential within all life forms. As a unique individualization of this divine life, I have within me the intelligence, power, and creativity of the One, ready and willing to succeed in every activity by means of me. Joyfully and gratefully, I accept the wonderful responsibility of walking the path of truth, speaking my word of power, and realizing the great rewards of a victorious life. I do not look outside myself, but rely fully upon the wisdom within me to show me the way to constant fulfillment. It is here, deep within my heart and soul, that true power lies, and I invite it now to spring forth in wondrous ways to enrich my life and the lives of others. Willingly, I do my part to lift the collective consciousness through my clear and conscious choices. I give thanks to be happily responsible for the life I am co-creating with the divine power flowing constantly through me, and I utilize it well, living my life successfully. Releasing my word now to the creative law of mind, I rest, knowing it is done, and so it is. And that was originally submitted by Dr. Maxine Kay from Boca Raton, Florida. And as we do each week, let's together review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, which is creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta, we teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind, and we honor all paths, all traditions. Everybody here, or everybody is welcome here, no matter what your background. So please know that you are welcomed and valued. As I mentioned, we teach a philosophy called the Science of Mind, and that's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. And we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth. And like I said, we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes was asked to provide a concise definition of the Science of Mind teaching, he replied that it is a correlation of laws of science opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So if you have any questions or comments, you can either post them online wherever you are watching this replay, chat with me in person, or send me a direct email, and I'll be sure to respond. So water everywhere. About 71% of our planet's surface is water covered, yet only a very small percentage is usable for drinking and agriculture. Can we repair what we are doing to our planet and the water that all life relies upon to live? We live on Earth, but are we living as one, in harmony with the planet, with nature, and all living beings, including ourselves? If we truly believe that God is all there is, then let us live in a way that reflects this truth. Let us move from just saying words to understanding how this truth shows up in our lives, and to finally making it a daily, sustainable practice. This month, the invitation is to explore and deepen our connection with God as everything and everyone on this amazing living planet. In this week, we will explore the wonder of nature. Let us look at one of the most vital resources we have, water. Earth is called the blue planet because of the large surface area that is covered by water. Our oceans, seas, lakes, and rivers provide food, oxygen, climate regulation, recreation, and the ability to travel from one landmass to another. And it even provides medicine. While water is plentiful, most of it is salt water and not really drinkable or usable for agriculture. Well, science shows us the properties and function of water in the natural world, and ethics helps us to decide how to preserve, protect, and distribute Earth's water resources. Spirituality helps us identify our core convictions about the meaning and value of water. If we genuinely hold that water has intrinsic value, it will be demonstrated in how we act, and our actions will demonstrate respect for Earth's water resources. Conversely, if we routinely act in ways that misuse water, we will display an inner spirit that lacks respect for water, regardless of what we may say about its value. Paying attention to our actions helps us identify our operating spirituality. Greater awareness of our inner spirit helps us align with our true convictions. So what we say and do must be congruent. Let us be custodians and guardians of the lakes, rivers, and oceans for all life on planet Earth. Let us immerse ourselves in the flow of the river of life, where the water flows pure and crystal clear. In The Art of Life, Dr. Ernest Holmes wrote, "Just as water purifies itself as it flows, so the impure stream of our mental life becomes purified by applied constructive thinking. It may well be that a lack of circulation in the physical body is a result of mental stagnation, while mental stagnation is the result of a lack of spiritual perception." Our planet is covered by water, and from outer space can be seen as a beautiful blue planet. From roaring waterfalls and crashing waves to gentle rain and billowing clouds, water pervades our planet's majestic biosphere. It's easy to take it for granted. We often forget the value of this precious resource as we go about our daily lives. And each one of us can experience the wonder of water every day. by being mindful in our daily activities, like drinking a glass of water while bathing, appreciating the rain that nourishes plants and cleans the air, or enjoying the rivers, lakes, and beaches that provide nourishment, homes, and safety for wildlife. We have many opportunities to invite sacred commune with the divine through the medium of water. Here's a little short story I'd like to share. Oscar Mejia comes from a long line of educators and has taught children in the El Lenil community in San Antonio de Cortes, Honduras, for over 18 years. 4 years ago, the sanitation facilities at the local school were so run down, the children were required to bring their own water to operate the toilets. The bathrooms were made of old, decaying wood that didn't promote cleanliness or hygiene. We live in a rural place, and although we are small, we are a tight-knit community, shared Oscar. Unfortunately, our bathrooms were in bad condition, and it was a big hygiene problem for the children. Oscar and other teachers looked for options. They connected with Water for People, a global nonprofit that helps people bring clean water and sanitation solutions to their communities. Water for People staff had sanitation and hygiene workshops for the school and community and co-financed the project along with the municipality as the community coordinated efforts and provided necessary labor. It's the responsibility of each community member to help maintain the facilities and promote good hygiene. Whenever toilet paper or soap runs out, one of the parents brings more. Everyone plays their part to maintain the health of the children and the community. The construction of the sanitation facilities benefited the school's children tremendously, allowing them to better focus and actively participate in class. There has been a ripple effect in terms of hygiene education as well. The school now has almost 100% school attendance, and the students no longer experience waterborne illnesses. So each of us can do our part, just like they did in Honduras. Ralph Waldo Emerson said this: "Everything in nature contains all the powers of nature. Everything is made of one hidden stuff." From the beginning of time, humans have settled along lakes and rivers and seas, areas that could support life. It's estimated that 80% of the world's population lives within 60 miles of water. Over 500 million people owe their livelihoods directly to water, and 2/3 of the global economy is derived from activities that involve water. Approximately 1 billion people worldwide rely primarily on water-based sources for protein. We use water for drinking, cleaning, working, recreating, and traveling. It's estimated that each person in the United States uses 80 to 100 gallons of water each day for what we consider basic needs. As vital as water is, we pollute our waterways and we divert it from areas that need it. Not only are we directly impacted by our own actions, but all of nature suffers from our misuse and greed. Thomas Troward wrote this: "The concentration of the universal spirit into a personality on the spiritual plane correlates correlatively to the individuality of each one who affords the necessary thought conditions. So each one of us is responsible. Consider watching the movie or reading the book by Dr. Masaru Emoto. The movie is called The Hidden Messages of Water. Dr. Emoto's work demonstrates that water directly responds to our words and our feelings. Learn about how our thoughts, our words, our prayer, and even music can impact the crystal formations of water as it freezes. And also take a moment to bless your water before you drink, shower, or bathe. Feel love the next time you see a beautiful blue body of water and be grateful for this life-giving substance. This is written in the Bible. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst, but the water I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. So here's a little science bit for us. The term biophilia refers to the hypothesis that us humans have as an instinctive bond with nature and the living organisms with which we share our planet. And it's ingrained in our genes. It says that because we have spent most of our evolutionary history, 3 million years and hundreds of thousands of generations, in nature before we started forming communities or even building cities, we have an inherent love of natural settings. You didn't come into this world, you came out of it like a wave from the ocean. You are not a stranger here, wrote Alan Watts. It's believed that what we consider beautiful is a result of our innate drive for survival as a species. During his 2010 TED Talk, Dennis Dutton described what people consider a beautiful landscape. The essential elements were universal: open spaces covered with low grass, interspersed with trees and a water element. These elements represent everything needed for human survival: grasses and trees for food, the ability to see approaching danger, climbable trees for escaping from predators, and the presence of an accessible source of water. Samuel Taylor Coleridge wrote this: "Water, water everywhere, not any drop to drink." And how many times have I repeated that phrase? That's from the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Our ancient ancestors came out of the water, evolving from swimming to crawling to walking. Human fetuses still have gill slit structures in the early stages of development. We spend our first 9 months of life immersed in the watery environment of our mother's womb. When we're born, our bodies are approximately 78% water. And as we age, that number drops to just below 60%. But the brain is made of 80% water. In its mineral composition, the water in our cells is comparable to that found in the sea. That's why when we cry, our tears are salty. Water is essential for health and is necessary for numerous bodily functions, including temperature regulation, cellular function, and waste removal. Clean, pure water is vital to our survival and to the survival of all life on our planet. There are many challenges to that survival. Nature is affected by human greed. The global water industry legally bottles water near sources, then sells it to people down the river who once had free access. Those source rivers, lakes, and streams eventually either run dry or run low. And the consumers not only pay for their water, but deal with the plastic packaging waste. As animal watering holes around the planet begin to dry up, animals either migrate or die. It's a consciousness of separation that allows many to live in lack so that a few can enjoy the benefits. So let us rekindle our relationship with this vital element of water. Benjamin Franklin said this: "When the well is dry, we know the worth of water." So for most of us, it's hard to fathom the idea of waking up before sunrise every morning and walking for hours to find a water source. Yet every day around the world, there are people who do just that, standing in line to access a muddy hole in the ground that is shared with other human neighbors and their livestock. After they have filled their bottles, they carry 40 pounds of dirty water on their backs all the way home to serve their families. And these people constantly suffer from stomach pain and diarrhea and lose their children to water-related diseases at unprecedented rates. This is the reality for 748 million people globally. That's nearly 10% of everyone on this planet. The World Health Organization said that more than 3.4 million people die annually as a result of water-related diseases, making it the leading cause of death and disease around the world. We're the other 90%. Those are born in places where we've never had to worry about finding water or question whether that water quality might affect our health. The water crisis in Flint, Michigan changed that sense of safety for some Americans, but not all. Many remain unaware and uninformed, continuing to support activities that pollute the rivers, lakes, and oceans directly as well as indirectly. We waste water on indulgences like watering the lawn and golf courses in the desert. Meanwhile, drinking water reserves are becoming depleted. Crops and animals are dying, and many are reliant on bottled water or expensive water treatment systems. So I invite you to change your relationship to water today. Be conscious of how you are using water. Investigate how water sources are used in your community, and think of ways to save on usage. Help bring awareness to wasteful practices, such as grass lawns in desert areas, and offer sustainable alternatives like desertscaping. And give thanks for this precious resource and treat it with care. And I'll leave you with these words from John Muir. When we contemplate the whole globe as one great dewdrop, striped and dotted with continents and islands, flying through space with other stars, all singing and shining together as one, the whole universe appears as an infinite storm of beauty. And so now that leads us to our affirmation for this week. I am grateful for the waters of life that sustain me. And now it's our time for giving back where we receive spiritually. So donations are gratefully received through PayPal on our website, which is www.cslpv.org. When you arrive on the landing page, you'll see a donate button. And when you click on it, it will direct you to your PayPal account, where you can make your donation in whichever way you choose. And if you choose to still write out a paper check, you can do so and mail it to CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, B1Y8N1. And now if you'd like to join me in our Offertory Affirmations. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together with me. If you'd like to have a one-on-one connection for spiritual mind treatment to assist you in whatever it is that you are experiencing or would like to experience in life, please connect with me. And if you'd like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, or if you would like to be on our upcoming Board of Trustees, please contact us so that you can be sent the current forms. And I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And if you're interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we will once again be offering the course, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And that will be held online in either late September or early October. But check in on our website to find out the details. And let me know if there's any other course or workshop or a book study that you would be interested in taking. And we can plan together to put that in place as well. In the meantime, let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions can create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. So may peace and love be with you.